Well, welcome back. This is program number 7 in our overview of Moodle, and we are going to be looking at the gradebook in this session. Before we get into the actual gradebook, please notice in the center section in our topic outline, we do have an assignment created, and that is something that we did in a previous lesson. Let's come over to our course menu and come down and find Gradebook. Give it a click. And when we get into the gradebook, by golly, there's the assignment that we saw in the center section. And that's a key point for everyone to understand. When you create an assignment using the activity drop-down in the center section, that assignment is automatically placed in the gradebook. You can also be in the gradebook and create assignments and then move them around internally. Across the top, we have a number of tabs. Those tabs do a number of different things, and in the upper left-hand corner, where it says Choose an Action, we have exactly the same information. Since I'm in the upper left-hand corner, under Categories and Items, I'm going to choose Simple View. This now gives us an idea of what a very, very simple gradebook would look like. Notice at the top we have the name, aggregation, or how the numbers are going to be totaled. Is this assignment an extra credit? The maximum grade available? Should we total up only non-empty grades? The answer is absolutely yes. And what sort of actions we're going to take with this file, as well as selecting the data we wish to work with. As usual, lots going on in this section. Please come back in level 2. There'll be several sections available to help you with the gradebook. I'm going to go back to the top and I'm going to choose View. I'm going to choose Categories and Items. And then we have Simple View and Full View. I'll show you what a full view looks like. We're going to look at the scales. These are very seldom used. We're going to look at the letters. These, I think, are created to be in line with the campus guidelines for grading. They are editable, as we notice here at the top. We can import information from Excel, and we can export information to Excel. These are things that can be very useful. Many professors like to set their gradebook up first, export it to Excel, do complex calculations there, and then bring it back to Moodle to display to the students. The reason for that, you can easily be assured that students will only see their grade by using the Moodle Gradebook. Settings, stay out of there till you're really ready. All kinds of ways to get into trouble. Same with preferences. I'm going to go back to View. I'm going to look at the Enhanced Grader Report. And notice we have the person's name, we have a grade, and then in this right-hand column we have an option to edit. I mentioned this, and I'm going to go back to the main screen because there's an awful lot going on, and I just want to tell you, first of all, when you start editing grades in Moodle, you can set off a few little alarms or difficulties. That's why there are some best practices for the gradebook. First, know how you plan to grade when you're setting up your gradebook. Do you want to have 3 quizzes that total 30% of the grade, 3 quizzes worth 30 points apiece, or a quiz section and you're not quite certain how many people and how many items are going to be taking part in each section? They're all okay, but you need to plan it in advance. That ties into point number 2, set your gradebook up early. It's not designed to be done at the last minute. Friends, that leads to medication and crying. Also, if you're going to do complex grade calculations, don't try and do calculations within Moodle. It fights with the built-in Moodle calculating functions. Build your gradebook, export it to Excel, and let Excel do the heavy lifting. That's what it's designed to do. And finally, be aware of the limits of Moodle. Don't try to use a screwdriver to pound a nail. For example, extra credit assignments for some reason always show up to be 2 points. Makes people crazy, but that's the way it is for now. Moodle's always being upgraded. We're hearing your questions and your concerns, but you have to understand there's only so many things it can do. Let's come out and take a look around the page. The only thing we really haven't spent a lot of time on is messages. On our screen, we have no messages waiting. This is when a student sends a post to a forum or a direct message by creating it through this block. You, as the instructor, will enable this block. That's a block that we needed to add, and I think it's a very useful tool. Let's click on messages. You can see who your contacts are. You can search for people. Your classmates will automatically be populated if you're a student, or if you're a faculty member, your students will be loaded. The top right corner where it says settings, please click the right tab setting and make sure that the top item, automatically show messages, and the bottom, email messages when I am offline, is empowered. By doing that, you'll ensure that if you're online, the item will pop up and you'll see it, and if you're offline, an email will be generated to you. It's also a good idea to tell your students to use direct email for anything of serious importance, because as in any messaging system, you can sometimes see some difficulties. Okay, latest news, that's above messages here on the right, basically shows what's going on as things are added. If you add a new assignment, if you add a new forum, if you add a new video, that's a good feature to have enabled. And that takes us pretty well around this Moodle screen. So that is a basic overview of Moodle. You can always come into Library 315 and ask questions. Give us a call at 3633. We'll do one-on-one screen-to-screen tutoring and one-on-one training for you or a group of your friends in your department or your office. We're here to help, and we look forward to seeing you in Section 2.